Alright, so how do I use my SQ1s? This is an example of how I have it set up tonight. So I've got 16 steps, gate and pitch coming from here. And it's going through this mess of cables here. Pitch is controlling the pitch of these two oscillators, this oscillator, and blending it in and out to control the frequency cutoff of these two filters also, which is attenuated here. So no keyboard or no pitch control over the cutoff, pitch control of the cutoff all the way on. We'll start with it off. So we've got this oscillator is syncing this oscillator. The triangle of this oscillator is going into the wave folder, and the triangle of this oscillator is going into the pulse matrix, and the sawtooth of this oscillator is going into the STG mixer, and then the wave folder and the pulse matrix are being mixed into there as well. Then the mixer is going into the Mankato filter. This is the CV control from the pitch of the sequencer. This is the envelope control down there, this one here. And then that goes up into the sample VCA here. Then we've got this oscillator, the macro digital oscillator. It's mutable instruments, braids, and MU format. That's done receiving trigger and pitch from that same first sequencer. I have it in harmonic mode though, so it's using two LFOs, and that's modulating the basically the harmonic series of the pitch. So you get all these interesting timbres within the scale. And that's going out into the state variable filter here. And we've got some resonance control there. And then this again is the pitch CV coming from there, controlling the frequency cutoff there. Alright, so what does this sound like? Oh, let me explain the other sequencer. So this sequencer I just have set to single note in the active step mode. Basically just keeping one on at a time. It's going to be hard to do with one hand, but switching it over. I'm using that to, oops, what the hell did I do? There we go. Using that to transpose this sequencer by sending this CV out into a mult and then recombining here. So we're getting both the sequencers fed into the 1 volt per octave inputs there. Alright, so let's hear what this sounds like. And this is all being run into Ableton. It's a nice little sequence. I got eventide space reverb. Hopefully you can hear that. And transpose. And what I'm doing is I'm pressing both the lit button and the button next to it at the same time, so they just switch together. It's turning one off and turning the other on. And let's see if I can do that. And let's bring in the macro digital oscillator here. Now I have the resonance jumper taken off the back of here, so it gets a little dirtier and squealier than your typical setup there. It's a real simple mod. Turn up some resonance on this one. Let's bring in the key tracking for the filters. And I got this one set in negative, so it's kind of ducking out the filter a little bit, so you just get more accent pieces coming through. And this is the speaker I'm running out of for right now, so. Yeah, and that's how I use my SQ-1s, one of the ways.